how to change the user primary group on Linux with Ansible, I'm going to show you in a live demo with some simple Ansible code. I'm Luca Berton and welcome in today's episode of Ansible Pilot. Today we are talking about Ansible module user. The full name is ansible.builtin.user, which means that is part of a collection or module built in with Ansible and shipped with it. It's a module pretty stable and out for years. It manages user account and supports a huge variety of Linux distributions, Sun OS, Mac OS and FreeBSD. For Windows, use the ansible.windows.win_user module instead. Parameters. This module has many parameters, but let me highlight the useful for our use case. The only required is name, that is the username. The primary user group is specified in the group parameter. Every user needs to be part of only one primary group. So please bear in mind that there is also a group parameter that specifies a list of additional groups that the user could be part of. These type of groups sometimes are called also secondary, additional or supplementary. So it's not the same things. We are talking about the user primary group that is very useful. There is also this parameter append, but is not important in our use case because it's only affected the groups parameter. So this is the short summary. Singular is the primary group, plural is the secondary group. Okay, let's go. Let's go straight to demo time. Let's jump in a real-life Ansible playbook to change the user primary group on Linux. Are you excited? I hope you are. Welcome to my editor. I will show you one simple playbook to change the user primary group on Linux. First of all, let's begin our play with a name user module demo and let me specify the inventory host target, in my case all. Then I need a root privilege, so become true. What else? Let me define two variables. First is my user value example and my group with the value users. Here we go. So I'm going to assign example to group users. So let's begin our task list. In my case, only one that is going to be named change primary group. Seems a pretty descriptive description. On the module list, we are going to use ansible.builtin.user. Here we go. And two parameters. First is the name, so the username, in my case the value of my user variable, and on the group let me use the value of my group, not group, my group variable. Here we go, just a few lines and we are able to change the primary group of a username. In my case, a user example will be assigned to groups user. You can customize the username in my user and the group in my users. In my group, yes, of course. And bear in mind that you can define only one primary group for every user. So let's jump to the console to see the result of the execution. Welcome to my console. First of all, let me connect via SSH with DevOps user to my target machine demo example.com. Once connected, I will switch to root user with sudo su. Let me print it out the os-release from etc, and we can see that this is Enterprise Linux Red Hat 8.5. So let's deep dive into the user, in my case getEnt, passwd, and pipe grep example to list the current value of the user. User example has a UID 1002 and group ID 1002. Let me be more specific with ID command and groups. As you can see, the user example is associated with one group that is also named example. This happens when you don't specify the group on a new user creation. So could be very useful to have this type of playbook on your toolset to verify and fix this problem. So let me exit from the target machine and execute my playbook with ansible-playbook. Let me specify also my inventory file, in my case virtual machine demo inventory, and the path of the playbook. Mine is under users and group, user group change primary. Here we go. The execution will be super fast because you need only to change one value in a database, and we have a change status, so which means some action are performed. Let me execute again to verify idempotency and verify the group membership of the user. As you can see, we can use in this way too the playbook. Connect again to my target machine and let's see the value of getEnt, passwd, pipegrep example. In this case, the group ID is 100, and let me be more specific with ID example. 100 is users group, and as you can see on the groups list, now the user is member of users and also will, which means that is able to do sudo and become root. So few lines of code is able to change the current primary group and align our machine to our expectation, or verify that the user is correctly set it up with the right primary group ID. Primary group ID has a lot of implication in Linux membership, so it's pretty important to have the right one in our machine. Now you know how to change the user primary group on Linux with Ansible. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, write a comment, and keep in touch with me. And as usual, see us next time on Ansible Pilot. This video is part of our Ansible automation program. Sign up today on www.ansiblepilot.com for uninterrupted exclusive video and so much fun.